Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Zetsubou, and today we're going to do the ultimate level up guide slash high round guide for Zetsubou no Shima. Now, I did one of these for Dryzen Jack way back when. You guys enjoyed it, so I figured I would do another one of these. This one is actually going to be requiring a couple things from you, though, for this guide. So the one thing that you're going to need is the Anywhere But Here Gobble Gum, because we are going to be doing the Easter egg for this strategy. There is a really good spot that you can do if you complete the Easter egg on this map. So we are going to be doing the Easter egg. That is the one thing that you will need to know before we get into this. So make sure you have the Anywhere But Here Gobble Gum on. And without further ado, let's get right into this. So on the first round, since this is also the ultimate level up guide, and this will help you prestige in one game, you're going to want to shoot every single zombie 6 times in the chest and then knife. This is how you get the most points and how you can open the most doors on round 1. Once you have done this, we're going to go ahead and grab the skull, and we are going to complete the first room ritual type sacrifice with the skull. So go ahead and knife them all. You don't really get any points for this, you don't get XP either, but if you do this on round 1, they are a one-hit knife and it is very easy to complete. So once you have that, grab the skull, go ahead and place it back, and we will be good to go. Go ahead and check your challenges as well, because you will need to complete all 3 challenges this game, so just keep them in mind, and while you're playing, just try to get them complete as early as you can. So in the next round, if you are going for a level up and not the high round guide, then you're going to want to knife every single zombie, because knifing in this game gives you the most XP possible. That is why we are going to be doing the strategy the way we are. So once you have that at the end of round 2, you should have some points saved up. Go ahead and buy the RK5, and we're going to open up both doors, grab the skull for the next ritual, and continue on there. The reason why we're buying the RK5 is because this one is a little bit hectic, and you don't really need to spend 950 points on the box. If you spend 500 on the RK5, you'll get a gun that will be able to complete this just fine. And it's a lot easier this way. And again, this guy is not using perkaholics or any of that, so I like to buy the RK5. It makes it so killing those spiders is just that much easier. So once you have this ritual complete, go ahead and grab the skull, and then also grab the gas mask part before you forget about it, because I always forget that thing is there. A couple rounds later, you will have about 2,000 points, 2,500 points. We're going to open up these 2 doors heading on over to the bunker. Just go ahead and continue to knife as long as you can. If you have to shoot a couple shots with the RK5, shoot a couple shots first and then knife. And then here is where we are going to spend about 2 to 3 more rounds right here. The reason why is because we're going to be going for the Bowie knife. So go ahead and just shoot a couple shots and then knife. Make sure every kill that you get is a knife, because that way you will get the most XP as possible. Once that is complete, go ahead and purchase the Bowie knife. And from here, we're actually going to be staying here until either round 9 or until you get 10,000 points. So continue to hoard up your points and get at least 10,000, or until you get to round 9. Either way, whatever one comes quicker for you, that is what we're going to be doing here. The Bowie knife is a one hit until the end of round 9, so that is why we're doing this. When you're using the Bowie knife, you also get the most XP. You get 100 XP per knife kill, which is really good. It's the most way, or the fastest way to get XP in Black Ops 3 Zombies. So once you have about 10,000 points, we're going to be actually turning the power on. So go ahead and open up both doors, grab your water, place your water right here, and we're going to finish the temporary power and move on to getting the main power turned on this map. So also, before you forget about them, grab the shield parts, because the shield is the best part about any of these zombies maps that have it. The shield will save you multiple times. So once you have that, we're going to be heading over to the other lab, getting the power turned on, and then from here we will be going into the bunker again. Don't forget about your challenges, because it is better to complete your challenges now rather than later. Open up the bunker, watch out, the Thrasher will be here. You can take him out with just the RK5, it shouldn't be too difficult. One thing to note about the Thrasher in this is you can actually kill him pretty quick with the Bowie knife. Just be very careful, because if he hits you, he will kill you. You guys will see I did end up killing him with my Bowie. But once we have the bunker turned, or once we have the bunker opened, we're going to have the power available, so we're going to go ahead and turn on the power. So go ahead and open all of these doors and head on over to the power. Jump down underwater and knife the webs, and from here we will be working on getting the power. You can just go in here and knife all the zombies. It shouldn't be too difficult with the Bowie. The Bowie is really good as long as you are not on round 10 yet. As long as you're under round 10, the Bowie still will be that one knife kill. So once you have that complete, we are going to be turning on the power, and from here we're going to be working on a lot of Easter egg stuff as well. So from here we're going to need to be finishing the Easter egg as soon as possible. Now it's not going to be anytime soon, but we will be working on the Easter egg from here. So go ahead and buy Jug with the rest of your points, and then open the door towards the artillery to get the last zombie shield part. If you had 10,000 before this round started, then good job, we can get the shield and Juggernaut as well. So we'll go ahead and get the shield part. We're going to be heading on over here. This is where we're going to build the shield because it is the most effective later on for our strategy. This is the closest to where we will actually be later on in this guide. So go ahead and build the shield in the cocoon room. Once you have the shield built, we will be knifing the cocoons in hopes of getting the pack-a-punch part. So once you have that, we'll be good to go. You can kill the remainder of your zombies, head on up here, and actually you're going to need to purchase the Kuda because the Kuda will be good for later on, and it's actually a really good weapon. Right now it's not terrible, and so once you have that, go ahead and end the round, and you're going to need about 5,000 points. What I would do is shoot a couple times with the Kuda and the knife. On every insta kill that you get, make sure that you're knifing because this way will get you the most XP. So shoot like a couple shots with the Kuda and then Bowie knife all those zombies until you have about 5,000. Once you have the next 5,000 points, we're going to be heading on over to the next two skull rooms. So go ahead and open this one up. Don't forget about the gas mask because we will need that later on. And from here, complete your next skull ritual. Once this one is complete, go ahead and go place it back on the altar, grab your next skull, and from here we will be opening up to the next room in front of the pack-a-punch. So go ahead and open that up. Head on down into here and we will be doing the next skull ritual. You can just knife. If it is still below round 10, the Bowie knife will be a one-hit melee, which is really good. If not, that's okay, just shoot the zombies. Once you have the skull complete, if you had that 5,000, we can head on down here and get the KT4 part. So once you have that, we're going to be heading back to the skulls, placing that on the altar and completing the skull of non-Southway ritual. In here, you don't get XP either, sadly, so just go ahead and shoot the keepers. You don't really have to knife them. You can knife them, it will kill them in one knife, but I tend to shoot them. Grab the skull. Once you have the skull, head on into the bunker, into the cocoon room, and we're going to be officially starting the Easter egg by mesmerizing that poster right there. With the same skull, don't put the skull away yet. We're going to be heading on over to the door. So here is where a lot of the Easter egg steps are going to come in, guys. If you know all of the Easter egg steps, you can skip ahead a little bit, but from right here, we're going to be working on all of the Easter eggs. So I'm going to skim through these really quick, all of these steps, but if you already know the steps, you can fast forward a little bit here. On the next round, I actually had a spider on. You'll probably have a normal zombie, but if you have a spider, go ahead and get the next KT4 part. If not, then we're going to be going for the KT4 part from the green glowing zombie. So go over to lab B and just start your round there. If it's not a spider round, then get the first KT4 part. If it is a spider round, then get the second one. Once you have the KT4 part, go ahead and build the KT4 and defeat the spider boss. Grab the part for the Masamune from here. Again, guys, I'm going to be going through this really quick because I know a lot of you guys know the Easter egg, so I'm going to try not to spend too much time on it and get you guys into the actual guide that you guys will want. So once you have the Masamune part, Widow's Wine is free. You can grab that if you want. If not, your perks are completely up to you. From here, we will be needing to water 3 plants with the KT4 shot into it already to get the artillery shell. So go ahead and do that. Once you have watered your plant for 3 rounds straight while shooting it with the KT4, open up your pods. Now, I didn't get this right away. It took me actually till my second try of pods to actually get my artillery shell, but just go ahead and continue to shoot your pod plants, and eventually you will get your artillery like I do right here. Once you have the artillery, we will be blowing up the plane, so go ahead and grab that, head on over to the plane, and from here we're just going to be shooting it down. Now is a good time to be going for your anywhere but here gobble gun because we will need it. So about every round, I would hit your gobble gum at the start of every round so that it's only 500 points, and work on getting anywhere but here. Once you have anywhere but here, head on into the spider boss battle and use it, and you will be teleported to the dragon room. Pick up the second cog and we will be almost done with this Easter egg. Now you will need all 3 of your challenges complete to get the last cog, so hopefully you guys are working on them. Once you have all 3 challenges complete, go ahead and head on over to the zip line, activate it, and jump on down. All we need now is a Masamune, so go ahead and grab all the parts of the Masamune. We already had the first one. Go ahead and grab the 115 vial that was under there, and then once we have that, we're going to be working on the plant. So in the next 3 rounds, water the plant with the rainbow water. Again, guys, if you guys want more in-depth guides on how to do the little steps like the rainbow water and everything, I'll have links in the description. But once we have the Masamune, we are pretty much done. Head on into the boss battle, and all you're going to need to do here is defeat the boss. Once we have the boss defeat, we will be able to actually do the step, or the guide that you guys have been waiting for. So once the boss battle is complete, this is where the absolute best spot to go is on the map Zetsubou no Shima. Now, What I like to do is stand right here, and on the rounds where you still can use your guns, get as many headshots as you can. If you get headshots, you get 25 more XP per kill, so headshots are by far the best way to go about this on early rounds. On insta-kill rounds, you're going to want a knife, but all you're going to do is stand at the end of this room right here and shoot the zombies in the head. Once this starts to become ineffective and you can't really get the headshots, then I'm going to show you guys what you're going to need to do. But on every insta-kill that you get, try to knife as many zombies as you can, because you do get 25 XP extra per knife kill compared to a headshot, and it is 50 compared to just a normal kill. So try to knife as much as you can on the insta-kills and get as many headshots as you can with the Kuda. This is why I like to buy the Kuda, because the wall buy is literally right above you. But what you're going to want to do if the headshots are becoming ineffective and it's a higher round is actually use the Mass Immune. Now all you're going to do is shoot a charge shot on the ground and all the zombies will die. And what we're going to be doing is working on getting the skull charge as quick as possible, because once you use the skull and use the R2 ability, you will be able to kill everything, and then Mass Immune will just charge it back. And it's actually really effective. You can use the strategy up till hundreds of rounds. It's very simple. This is actually what the world record was set on, using this strategy. So this strategy is very, very effective. Just use the skull, and then the second that you get it down to like 70 or about half of the charge, pull out the Mass Immune, shoot a charge out of the ground, and you'll be able to stay here forever, get a prestige in the entire game very, very easily. Hopefully this guide has helped you guys. Thank you so much for watching this. I can do more of these on different maps if you guys like these. And again, thank you, and I will see you guys later. Peace.